roster. I feel it. Y'all ready? They ready? Well, come on. Y'all ready? They ready? We ready? We ready? Come on. We ready? We ready? Come to do the rest. Step in the way, multiple shots are going through your tech.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine. I don't need the ice. It's real talk. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, no, they lying through their teeth. They tryna loop the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat, how time zones lead. It matter just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, you master all that photon light. Avatar the body, just the temple do you see. The deities surround me, I put a please. Breathe deep, I push chi like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z, I Super Saiyan 3. And we finna walking down any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion can heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanite. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D&D, me, you gon' see it's right. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't want to hear that he say, that she say. You listening to Parasites on replay. They chopping some.
Greetings, y'all.
Greetings. We is back. We ready. Well, I feel like I need to do that every time I hear it.
Right. You got to get pumped.
We is here. We is back. Wait, I was like looking at you, Jose, talking to Aubrey, and I'm like, Aubrey ass would be late to her own funeral. I got so weak because I could see it like, oh, child, I'm here, y'all. I'm here.
No last talk.
Where is Aubrey Marie at?
Oh, she couldn't find the link.
She can't find it.
I might have to go instruct her, guys. Give me 1 second.
I can send it to her. I'll send it to her. Okay.
I like that.
Child, that is so darn funny to me. I can see her running into her own service child, just laying down like, I'm right here.
I was here.
Oh, I made it, child. Hold on, I'm getting it. We are so excited. Tell me, y'all, how are y'all doing?
Amazing.
Yes.
Overall, I'm pretty good, you know.
I'm excited.
Dude, it could always be worse. That's my philosophy. It can always be worse.
Absolutely. Greetings to the committee because we is back. I know some of y'all was like, we missed it. We happy that y'all visual again. Everybody is up on the screen at the same time. Terman's looking beautiful. Chaz looking fly. Carmen's looking blissful over there. Motherfucking Jose looking like, how you doing? You got it going on, period. And Aubrey about to step in. Listen, she got to make a entrance in this motherfucker. Okay.
It's the first episode of the new season. So, you know.
Yeah, you know, we love to season it up. Yes.
Right?
And we on hold because Aubrey is the first, she's the first story of the night. But tell me how y'all feeling back on the screen.
Feeling good. It don't feel like we left. Honestly. Yeah, because we're right back here, right back at it.
Yeah, we was just somewhere else. Chilling.
Yeah,
it's exactly. I was gonna say it's so good to like. It feels like we all in the same room. Like, okay,
yes.
finally.
There her ear.
There is Ms. Marie. Listen, ooh, come through.
Hey.
Come through. Listen. Hey, boo.
Girl, why did I have technical issues? Where
It's
did that come
okay.
from?
Chaz had it too. Chaz kept coming up here. I'm like, hey, Chaz, can you see me? Like, what's happening?
I was trying to use my laptop. It ain't working. Get it.
That's okay. We is here. We is no fear, and we are ready to rock and roll. So, Ms. Marie, NBA YoungBoy let his baby mama get beat up.
Listen, let me go ahead and pull up this story here because we got some things to share with the people.
We got some
Greetings.
teens.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings, panel. How y'all feeling today? Y'all feeling good?
Yes, honey.
Feeling good.
Okay, so let me go ahead and get this going here.
Can I just say, I see the hair growth, mama. Just saying, I sees it.
Didn't her hair grow? Because
I sees
period.
it. I'm
She was
just
in
saying, I sees it, girl. I sees it.
little hair growth going on, honey. I am happy about it, y'all.
That's period.
Okay, so let me see this here. So pretty much what's been going on here with this particular situation is NBA young boy did not want to be a dad, and he set up for his baby mother to get jumped by two other women because he did not want to babysit his child for an additional 2 weeks. So let me go ahead and get the story for you guys, and we will go from there. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna play this and let me tell you what she's saying. Door open. So I got bitch shut this door and this shut this door. She keeps trying to grab Kale. I'm literally hugging my baby tight, like you're not grabbing him, like that's out. You're not grabbing my son. I'm like fly all the way out here and get a rental car and drive a whole hour up in the mountain just to let y'all thought I was really gonna let y'all get him. And that's just crazy. I have a whole black eye. I came out here and when I was in the car driving, I think the GPS. Girl, hold on. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Technical difficulty. For real. Hold on. Okay, so basically the gist of this is pretty much NBA young boy pretty much jumped his baby mother. Because it's not allowing me to do anything else at this point, y'all. I'm so sorry. So he pretty much did not want to babysit his child. She allowed him to keep his son for about 2 weeks. He was telling her to come get him. He doesn't want to, deal with him anymore. I think the baby was beginning to be a little bit sick or under the weather. She was not necessarily having that. Um, so she literally was just like, you can keep him for an additional 2 weeks, even to the point to where his current wife or girlfriend or whoever he's with was communicating with the baby mama and letting her know that he is necessarily not wanting the son to be there anymore, and he would need to make sure that he can be able to um, send him back because he got stuff to do. He felt like that, being a father was not anything in his, mood anymore. So he decided to tell her, "Hey, come get your son." And I'm thinking, for me, um, you never stop being a parent, especially when you talk about little children that cannot fend for themselves. And if you guys are trying to be um, healthy baby mothers and baby fathers within this particular situation, then there is a co parenting thing here that was supposed to be going on. So for me, I do not feel as though that the mom dropped the ball at any given particular point because at the end of the day, mothers need breaks too. Hello. So for me, I feel as though that this was tasteless. This was definitely something that children do. Why would you have your baby mom jumped when this is not even that type of situation? It's strictly you did not want to be responsible for your duties as a father. And because of that, you did not hold your end of the bargain. So you decided to jump someone, and because of that, what are your takes on this, guys, with this particular situation?
You know, I'm the mother of a young children. So even though I don't, obviously, like him taking as far as like jumping her or whatever, like that is absolutely uncalled for. He definitely, like one of the cousins said, the clone showing out, because that was definitely like that shouldn't happen in this realm. My issue though is, like a couple of the cousins said in the committee, is that if he don't want him, I'm not leaving him with him to send him a message. I am not going to put my baby through potential emotional abuse. Who knows how far it could go, but minimally emotional and mental abuse, just to prove a point. Because I looked at it. She really was trying to prove a point. She said there had been previous times where he didn't want to keep him, so she was like, fine, cool, I'll come pick him up. And then this time it was flipped around, so she said no, like you could keep him for 2 weeks because that had happened previously. But like that's kind of petty in my opinion too. Like, you know, those are things like that. Hers is definitely not as big as petty to me, but I feel like it wasn't smart. It wasn't a very smart. It was definitely more selfish in my opinion than a smart motherly move, if that makes sense. Like, it was definitely to teach him a lesson, and it's like, don't use your baby as the pawn to teach the lesson, because that always leads to dangerous situations for the baby. And in this case, it was dangerous for the baby because she was holding the baby when the two girls jumped her. So that is my opinion. I don't think she is to blame whatsoever, but I do think she could have definitely played the game a little bit smarter than that.
I just feel like in his little twisted mind, he had a time limit. I got to deal with my child until this date, okay? And when she called and said, no, I'm sick, blah, 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 he had a temper tantrum, a grown-ass temper tantrum, just like in high school. You know what I'm saying? And the girl, the girl say something you don't like or whatever, and you get your homegirls or your sister to go beat her up. That, you know what I'm saying? It's childish. Absolutely childish. There's no excuse for it whatsoever. That's just me. I'm done.
Well, I agree with Aubrey. I agree with Charming. I agree with Carbon. My question was, they were trying to take the baby out of her hands as they were fighting her. So my thought is like, what were you going to do with the baby? You know what I mean? Not watch the baby running out because he's scared, get hit by a car. Like, what are we talking about? Are we taking the baby somewhere else? You asked her to come get her. She came and got him. Like, she said she didn't even have the money necessarily, that $1,300 to put on the plane ticket. You know what I mean? Because she works. Like, nigga, you on house arrest. What else you got to do? Nobody ain't buying your album, so I'm just trying to understand. What is it that the nigga had to do? I'm
done. I was gonna say I agree with everybody. To me, this generation of music is terrible. And then you gotta understand these are young boys having kids. You know, no parents in their lifestyles helping them raise them at all whatsoever. So how they gonna raise all these, and then he got all these kids. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand all these baby mamas, all these kids. So to me, it's just a cycle of things. It's just a cycle of things, and it's at this point, it's like, when are you going to step up and take some accountability as a man? Whether she decided, okay, I'm gonna leave him 2 more weeks, or I'm gonna take him. You know what I'm saying? That's your kid. The kid is not at fault of any of this. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you want to call other girls to go beat up the baby mama. Like, that's so childish. That's childish. You know, that's just, it is what it is with it.
The fact that she said he was there watching. he's usually the motherfucker beating them up. Anyway, go ahead, Jose.
I just agree with everybody. It's so crazy to me. This is the same person that, of course, has a stigma name NBA YoungBoy. You're acting as what you are. You're acting as the stuff that you implement in the music, which is even worse because you have people wanting to listen to you. Like you said, nobody's buying the albums. He's not really selling anything. But it's the fact that you're actually doing the things that are young boy mentality things. And then it's creating other young men to be like this and come up and have this same ammunition because there are people that look up to certain, I guess, people like him. And it just is a real bad stigma when you look on it and you look at the parenting aspect and you look for the future young men that are growing, that are watching this and being programmed and feeling like, oh, I can do it too, because look at how this is going. It's disgusting for real. But that's my take on it.
Well, I would tell her, don't ever let your son be back around him, because that's what she said, Miss Aubrey Marie. She said her son can't ever be back around him. And I feel like that is the best thing. And I tell you why, because who knows if he is going to be that angry that he's going to take this child to one of these sacrificial ceremonies and be over there in Disney tunnels. Come on, Carvin. Disney has shut the fuck down.
So yeah, y'all, it's it's crazy. We'll play this little video for you, and we can take it from there. All right, here we go.
Y'all, this is big news. Looks like Disney World Park shuts down indefinitely. This is probably the biggest news of 2023. It says the entire Magic Kingdom land shut down, closed off indefinitely. Now, I tried to look at more information about this, but there is not much. But this says right here, due to unfortunate extreme conditions, a massive Disney resort has announced it will be closing immediately. Check this out. Even going to their website, this is what it says. We had to duck out. We apologize for the temporary inconvenience, but DisneyWorld.com is not currently available. Please check back in a few. What is going on with Disney World? So upon doing further research, do you know the allegations that Disney World had? Allegations about the children and all that? Well, check this video out and leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. And share this video, share it.
Oh.
Walt Disney World.
Most likely going to be shutting down.
We can't hear it anymore. I can't.
Oh no. Okay. Hold on. So basically what she's saying is the reason why it's going to be shut down is because allegedly there was a tunnel. So basically the story goes is that there was a little boy that went to the bathroom. His parents sent him to the bathroom. He was in there for 3 minutes. They went in there, and as they went in there, allegedly the boy was being snatched into the tunnel, like in the bathroom, like ground or whatever. And as they were going in, like the floor was basically folding in on itself or something like that. And they reported it. The police don't believe them. Yada yada yada. They even went to psychiatrists and the whole thing. I read some articles after reading and seeing all this, and of course they're trying to backtrack saying it's not true and yada yada yada. But my thing is, we all know there's tunnels underneath Disney World and Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? And we all know about the recent arrest for child trafficking with Disneyland and teachers and some other stuff. So I mean, come on, what y'all think?
I actually love that you brought that up because it definitely makes you look at all the Reddits that people have been putting out, and you think they're just like those let's not meet stories, but they're really true. And they're telling you about the tunnels and the prison down there, and how once you get lost, there's no way you can come back up. How there are police that are hired to be down there, specifically just down below in those tunnels. If you get down there, you are not coming back up. And it really is just validating, on top of what the soul and spirit said, but it's validating on a lot of things that people felt like they were cuckoo for talking about on forums and stuff and speaking out about. This is just further proof so they can clear their conscience too. And I really love that you brought that up. That's really, really interesting. I love that though. I'm glad that it's being found out.
I have a question. Are these tunnels are they saying that these tunnels is called a utilidor system? Or is it something else?
So, according to Disney staff, there's the utilidor system, and then there's a part of the tunnel system that they're not allowed to that they're not allowed in that connects to the utilidor system. So after a certain point, staff can't go. So who goes there? What's behind there? What is that? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you guys kind of get an idea, now we don't went into another dimension. Because now they're actually saying like, yeah, there's fucking tunnels there. Of course there's tunnels. Like, we go and do all the utility things under Disneyland. Like, of course there's tunnels, guys. They even have a cute little tunnel map that shows you what the underground tunnel looks like under the Magic Kingdom. So I just think that's kind of funny that on October, there's an article from 2019, but there's also an article from October from this year. You know, the 9-acre system of tunnels underneath Disney, you know, built over 50 years ago. So I don't know. I feel like the narrative have just now slightly changed to now they're like admitting it. It's like, yeah, of course we have tunnels.
Well,
Why wouldn't you guys?
the original story for the tunnels is in Anaheim and at Disney World in Florida is to not interrupt the story themes of each land, so you don't have Winnie the Pooh walking through whatever. You know what I'm saying? This was Walt Disney's vision to not break the, you know what I'm saying, the illusion or whatever. So, you know, that's the cover story.
That's a damn lie, because when you walk through Disneyland, the characters are randomly walking around.
Exactly. And then it doesn't make any sense. You're saying it's for the characters. Now, how is the tunnel breaking through in the bathroom with the child?
Exactly.
So the math is the math, and with that one, I'm Confucius.
And how y'all advertise is I'm sorry, Casita. And how y'all advertise is you make it as if that you're able to see your favorite character in these costumes and take pictures and your family experience. Oh, the world awaits. And here at Disney World, but y'all got tunnels that's taking children with robotic ass floors in the bathroom. What? Absolutely not. No.
You gonna say something, Chaz?
Yeah, I was about to say, hypothetically speaking, what if like a lot of those people there are like sex trafficked, you know, that just like running around freely, you know what I'm saying? That make it seem like, even on the commercials and stuff, because we all, you know, Orlando Brown speaks on this stuff, you know, just hypothetically, they just making it, you know, look normal and all of that. And not to mention Disney, it might be Disney World, it might be, I don't know. One of them has a island on it as well that's completely shut down that they don't use anymore as well. That's like on the map somewhere, on one of them maps. I don't know if it's Disneyland or Disney World, but there is an island that used to be open. Used to be. You can't get over there anymore because
they can.
Yeah, they can. It's all secured off by these ships and stuff. Like, yeah.
So my question is this: do y'all remember the 2 little genome children that were talking about how they were taken? Weren't they taken to Disney and said that all of the parents knew they were in the bathroom, and that's where all of the assaults were taking place, inside of the stalls in the restroom? You said Treasure Island. Okay, that's what it was. Because I was sitting here thinking like, hey, so maybe you're right, Chaz. Maybe these places are fronts for that. And I was just thinking that once again, when I was in one of the restrooms in the public place, it had if you know anyone that's being sex trafficked, call this number. I would never call that number. And I don't suggest that anyone else calls it either, because that is part of their system. I don't believe anything. And I gave a shout out because, yes, we did say, Yehuda said, they said they were going to be shutting down these tunnels. And that is not the only tunnel that was discovered and shut down. there have been tunnels around that were collapsed as well. So gratitude to the soul and to the spirit. Well, I would say this. Speaking of all of the children, that's not funny, Kutita. Why is you laughing, Beach? That is not what I meant. But all of the children being harvested. I'm going into Mariah Carey is what I'm going into. I'm segueing because her sister has written a book saying that they grew up in a satanic family and that their family would take them into rituals, and they've seen many babies be slaughtered. They were abused, and she had to save Mariah from being burned to death. She had to escape out the window, and that she was ultimately beat with a bat and put into a coma. And then their brother came out and said everything she said is correct, that they did grow up in that. And they were part of ceremonies and different things like that. So it's not far-fetched. If you remember the one movie, Paranormal, it was one of those movies, The Paranormal, where the grandmother was part of that and they grew up in that on the movies. I don't think that shit is far-fetched at all. We never see her children for real. You know what I mean? We don't know how she's raising her children. It's not the first time, like allegedly. No, let me put up our banner, child. Let's put that up real quick. Allegedly, Nicole Kidman grew up in the same thing. Gwyneth Paltrow grew up in the same thing. People have reported being at some of these rituals of alleged babies being slain and all of this. And Nicole Kidman was a little girl that had the front row seat. And so they raise their children in this kind of stuff. So what do y'all think about that? Mariah's sister saying that about this. I tend to believe that people were making fun because she was trying to sue her mom, not sue Mariah. And so they felt like it's a stunt, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, just look where Mariah is. She didn't get there by osmosis. So if she's one of them children that was raised in it, and you know she was married to Tommy and the what is that, MK Ultra and all, yeah. Does anybody remember when Mariah? Does anybody remember Mariah signed the biggest deal in history, and the next thing you know, she was half naked naked in the tub with a towel on TRL? Yeah, just saying, yeah. So that doesn't surprise me. It makes a lot of sense to me. I'm done.
I was going to say I don't really think that it's far-fetched because one of her sisters has spoken out before talking about the prostitution that's gone on as well. So I really do believe this story. And on top of that, she said the movie Glitter, because I am like a Mariah Carey fan or whatever, but I'm a little fan or whatever. But I have watched the movie Glitter, and she said it's not based off of all of her life. But when you watch it, it tells only a hint of what it is, but then she tries to tell you it's not about her. But when you watch it, you're like, there are some things missing, but I do think this was your life. And some things add up with what your sister said. You just tried to, of course, call the movie Glitter and sprinkle some glitter over it and fabricate a couple things so it looks like the glitters are gold when, baby, you were really going through it to get where you got. You were not just with Sony that easily. Let's talk about that. That deal was a thing, girl. You and J-Lo had
her
it.
husband was the devil.
Yeah.
Was it Tommy Mottola or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Tommy Mottola. Yep.
And then
I believe it. That's
yes.
all I got to say about it. I believe it for sure. Because it just makes sense. And then why is her favorite holiday Christmas?
Okay, I believe it, but does that mean we all don't like Mariah Carey, or can we still like her?
I still like
Let's say,
her.
can we still like her? Or what does this mean for us as
No,
but yeah.
You got me feeling emotion.
Right.
Treated me kind, right?
Sweet
Yeah.
destiny. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I feel better
We
now.
were
My
hitting
emotions
those
are better.
Okay,
about it.
yeah, no. I believe, some of the biggest Satanists make the best music. I don't know. Anyway.
Unfortunately, they
No,
do.
for real. No, for real.
It's like it's
Just
a bop,
saying.
but my frequency feeling
Y'all
kind of off.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because I ain't gonna hold you. Imagination
People don't
of
understand.
me
You put on
is
certain
good.
music, and it's a reason why I grab your ass. It's a reason for that.
Emancipation of me is good.
well, moving forward, should we take a quick break before we hit Charming with the cloning centers?
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Carbon.
We're gonna be right back after a word from our sponsors.
It's not a full screen, so just so you know, guys.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive all the energy and everything you need it to be. Ashe.
Right.
I so missed it. I told them in a meeting, guys. I said, listen, I miss being able to play the damn ads.
You sure did. I was up here.
Yeah, me too. Come on, Charming, cloning in the hood.
All right, y'all. So I got a little video, and the video. Oh, I'm gonna have to take my earphone out. The video is about this biolab that was found in the hood of Fresno. So Fresno, California. So give me a second.
It's not illegal to create a biological lab.
Oh, we're now learning more about a biological lab in Reedley that's been shut down by the Fresno County Department of Public Health. Fox 26 reporter Rich Rodriguez explains what kind of testing took place for months in the warehouse no one in town says they knew about.
From October 2022 until spring 2023, this warehouse at 850 I Street in Reedley was operating a biological lab. It was a well-kept secret. After seeing signs of activity there, the city of Reedley asked Fresno County Department of Public Health to investigate.
Just a significant amount of over like 36 refrigerator freezers located.
Federal agency.
Sorry, guys.
By this abandoned warehouse.
Can we do part two?
That a discovery so shocking was made that it left local.
Sorry, I'm gonna go back to it so I can start over.
Federal agency.
By this abandoned warehouse in Reedley, that a discovery so shocking was made that it left local health officials stunned. Materials including human blood, unidentified tissue, and other unknown substances. The discovery was made after a local code enforcement officer noticed this garden hose poking out a back wall of the building.
Frankly, we knew that shouldn't be there. And when she went to go investigate, she found that there was activity or operation or something happening within that building.
The city then obtained several search warrants to enter the building. Once inside, no staff was located, but
there was a special room that was built housing about 1,000 mice, 1,000 white lab mice.
And the reason the mice were in the lab was jaw-dropping.
Through their statements, that they were doing some testing on laboratory mice there that would help them support developing the COVID test kits that they had on site.
Documents by this abandoned warehouse.
Okay, so that's a little bit of that. I also got an article that kind of says a little bit, couple more things that they found about it. So, like mentioned in the video, they found unauthorized biological agents, samples of bodily fluid, infectious diseases, COVID and pregnancy tests, and nearly 1,000 mice, like they mentioned. So it says in 2015 to 2019, Tulare City Manager Josh McDaniel says Prestige Biotech and Universal Meditech operated out of a building on East Tulare Avenue and South Mooney Boulevard. In 2018, Prestige Biotech and Universal Meditech Inc. operated out of a warehouse in Southwest Fresno near East North Avenue and South Orange Avenue. The health department said at this time the company had live mice used for tests. At this time, the company had the proper permits to operate. In 2020, Southwest Fresno warehouse catches fire and an environmental health inspector visits the warehouse following the fire and finds the company did not have hazardous materials business plan for the ethanol it was using. 2022, Fresno County Department of Public Health staff received a complaint about chemicals at the Southwest Fresno location, but they could not get access. This was the last record the Department of the Public Health had of the company operating in the city of Fresno. So these people are like fucking at it. Like they're going since 2015 and there's still more activity. That was 2022. That was 22 in October and December. That's when they found the green garden hose sticking out of the building, like mentioned in the video. Prado says the FBI was contacted to evaluate the potential public safety risk of the operation. So I have a question. They did all that for that long, and then the water hose made them call the FBI? I don't need to read anymore unless you guys want me to. Go ahead, governess. What do you got to say?
I was wondering if anybody, because my cousin sent me this video while I was driving, coming home. And I was like, wait, girl, what? Did anybody notice that they said all of the viruses that they had in containers there? Oh, they had viruses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have a different clip. I mean, I'm going to play it because if y'all didn't hear it, let me let you hear that. Because my mouth was the fuck open. I was going to talk about it, but I had forgot, girl, because I was driving and shit. By the time I got home, I ain't give a fuck about nothing. But let me, I got to let you hear it because y'all are not going to believe that shit. Like, it is a lot.
I got a question. My question would be, have any of those mice with these viruses escaped? And if they have, what kind, like, you know what I'm saying?
So
Right.
I do know what you're saying. My thought process is the only reason why you use mice is to test things on humans without testing them on humans.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play it. I don't know if I think it's the same clip, but I didn't hear it. So that's why I said, did y'all catch it? Hold on, let's play it.
People on the internet are upset inside this abandoned warehouse in Reedley that a discovery so shocking was made that it left local
Can y'all hear it?
officials stunned. Materials including human blood, unidentified tissue, and other unknown substances. The discovery was made after a local code enforcement officer noticed this garden hose poking out a back wall of the building.
Frankly, we knew that shouldn't be there. And when she went to go investigate, she found that there was activity or operation or something happening within that building.
The city then obtained several search warrants to enter the building. Once inside, no staff was located, but
there was a special room that was built housing about 1,000 mice, 1,000 white lab mice.
And the reason the mice were in the lab was jaw-dropping.
Through their statements, that they were doing some testing on laboratory mice there that would help them support developing the COVID test kits that they had on site.
Documents show the lab was also being used to produce pregnancy tests. 200 of the nearly 1,000 mice were already dead. According to court documents, all the rodents were being caged in, quote, inhumane conditions. Also found thousands of vials, many of which contain biohazards. Infectious, viral, bacterial, and parasitic agents were being stored inadequately, including E. coli, malaria, and even COVID. The city of Reedley immediately called in the CDC, the FBI, the California Department of Public Health, and the Fresno County Department of Public Health.
Like, girl, what?
So if this stuff was being stored improperly, how many of those people took shit home to their families?
No, for real. And then they said it was human blood. Where did y'all get the human blood from? Like, I just feel like it was more to it than just the mice. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, Chaz. And then, like Carmen said, how do you know one didn't escape? You keep seeing these things happening to food and everything. What if one did bite onto some lettuce and then contaminate it? And you know, the crops populate, and then you also know sometimes a rat gets into like the meat grinder and things populate like that. If your mind goes that complex and thinking like that, it really makes you think this is spreading quick if they are testing like this. Yes, Charmin.
Was it the Black Plague? I know somebody in the chat know, but wasn't the Black Plague brought upon by rats? Or wasn't there a plague that was brought upon by rats?
Lack of hygiene in rats, absolutely.
And this is a really random, but if you go on Disney, Ratatouille has a short that teaches you about the Black Plague and how it was brought on by rats. I'm just saying, you can use it for homeschooling. I'm just saying. Anyways, so there's that. But also what this kind of sounds to me is just a simple cover story. Like, it seems like they did what they needed to do in the lab and they said, dump it, boom, move on. We're going to fucking wrap it up. We're going to do the story. We're going to bundle up, put a bow on it. People will forget about it in the next 2 weeks. Like, it sounds like it wasn't it's a mystery. Who, like, oh, you guys found a green water hose and then, oh, FBI, this is mysterious. Y'all knew what the fuck was going on in there. Y'all knew. Wow. You know, just to set it up like that. Like, that's what it really sounds like. They did what they needed to do, and they said, let's turn the page.
That's fucked up. Like, what were they gonna do with this shit? You know what it strikes me as, y'all? It strikes me as a bitch who sell food out her house, but her house is filthy.
Right. Hey, you know what was getting me? The pregnancy test. So whatever they was doing, they was trying to figure out how was it affecting pregnant mice or whatever. Like whatever. Yeah, that's deep.
Can they stop pregnancies? You know what I'm saying? All
like
kinds
make
of
things sterile.
And then Fresno to Larry is a really small, like, little hood in California. I don't know if you guys, I mean, Carbon, do you know about Fresno area? It's like halfway between us. So
yeah, no, I used to spend a lot of time in Fresno, Madera as a child, but
yeah.
don't make me lie to you now. Like, but I know what you're talking about for sure.
Yeah. I used to. I like kind of. I lived in Tulare for a little bit. My family's in Fresno. It's literally a little rinky-dink hood. So the fact that they have that out there, I don't know. It's just giving movie. It's like they dropped a pin on the map and they was like, put the lab here. This population is this many people and they're already sick. So if we put the lab here, nobody will notice.
They cloned Tyrone. That's what
that's exactly. Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Let's just call a thing, girl. That's what it is.
Thing. If it quack like a duck,
it's a duck. Quack, quack.
That part.
Well, moving forward, there is a new series called Fright with an R. Fright Crew. I started watching it last night, Jose. It is giving what it should be giving. I think it's a good thing. Come on, Jose, let's talk about it.
All right, I'm gonna play a clip for everybody so you can get into it. Aubrey has started as well, and she is like already binging. So let me get it going for y'all, just so you can see. 1 second. Okay.
New Orleans, the most haunted city in America.
Oh, is it playing? 1 second. I was having the same type of technical issue as Aubrey did at first. But give me a second, because we're gonna get it to play. All right, this should work this time around.
We bury our dead above ground. So the dead are always with us. Ow! What the? What's happening? Blood of my blood. You've undone my spell. Unleashing an ancient evil. What?
Always this strong? I can see dead people everywhere. Yay, can we leave? This place gives me the creeps. It's up to you to stop him. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? He's a demon who feeds off fear. We can't stop that! I can't even drive a car!
Powerful spirits looked at the five of us and saw hero potential. How was that not the coolest thing ever? Old creepy staircase. Dream come true. Your dreams are very different from mine.
All right, it's also on Hulu as well, but it's called Fright Crew, and basically the gist of it is a girl who is of the lineage of Marie Laveau. She pricks her blood and unlocks a curse, and what happens is Marie is like, oh my goodness, now blood on my blood, you got to make this right in this era. So the Loa come out, and you have Maman Brigitte, you have Aiza, I think it's Aizan is how you pronounce it. Then you have Aida Wade. Yeah, Aida Wado. And then you have Ogun, and you have Papa Legba. And then you have each of them that understand that they have to tap into their gift, and they tap into it individually, but also together as well. And they come together and they're learning how to step into their gifts, and none of the stuff that you also see is demonized. That's what I love about this show. It really, really is so beautiful to watch, because you get to see them tapping into their ancestral roots, them embracing, you know, hoodoo and the veve, and tapping into giving the offer, and knowing that as long as we step and have the ability to do this, we can get to the other side and know that the other side is here working with us right here and right now, and it's going to come through. I'm not going to spoil any of it. It's like a murder mystery too, but it's really, really good. I binge watched it, and I think everybody would love to learn a little more, and especially for children. As an adult, I learned a lot, so I hope y'all get into it. It's Fright Crew on Hulu and Peacock.
It's giving like Scooby-Doo, but like a little bit newer, like a little bit obviously more specific storyline, but it's definitely giving Scooby-Doo. I also have a question. Is Aida Wito Ogun's counterpart? No?
No,
He
her
is
counterpart is Dumbella.
Yeah, Dumbella.
Okay, I asked because me and Brianna, we were like we were looking up Papa Legba, and Papa Legba is my mom Brigitte looks white. In a lot of the way they show her, she looks like a genome. So I was just curious of like maybe they're showing like some counterpart interactions or stuff like that. But
it's certain things on there that I was looking at, and I think it's a great show. But there's certain things on there that I'm like, because Papa Legba looks like Papa Candelo, and Papa Candelo is the Loa, and Papa Legba is an Orisha, but they call him a Loa. And then Ogun is usually seen with the bald head, but not in this show, right? There's a few things that I just wanted. I'm so happy you want to talk about it. I don't know what to do with myself. So as I was watching it, Jose, I also noticed that the little genome girl didn't want her power, and then the genome boy was so dumb. Now, I have a hard time believing that the Loa or Orisha would.
Yes.
But they have to put it in somewhere. But there was one key thing, Aubrey and Jose, because I know y'all have seen it, so I don't know if the rest of the panel have seen it. There was one key thing that I did notice, and I am not finished with it. I want to know if y'all noticed did anything stick out that would have given you like,
There was one thing that gave me a because it was something that you had said when I was watching. It's like the demons they were allowing in their life. That was one thing that I was catching on to, because I was like, we just learned that. And watching it hit me upside the head. And I'm like, this is like really something that is drawing me in, because that was the demons that they were creating. And that was the demon that they were feeding as well.
And they were shapeshifters. and
Yes.
he was able to bring her back with by turning her, and then also the little black boy who was able to go into the spirit and spirit walk. Did you see anything, Aubrey, before I say it? It's called Fright Crew, you guys.
I'm on episode 8, but I honestly, for me, the biggest thing that I had to take away from it was the fact that they were really, really giving the the spirits like positive energy about everything. It wasn't necessarily anything negative. And the fact that they did not demonize the show and demonize the actual power, they're utilizing their power, and the fact that it was led by Melanites. I was
Hmm.
extremely happy about that because at the end of the day, now people are being able to see the power in a whole different specific type of way. The people with the strongest power were actually
Were the
Melanites.
3. Mm-hmm.
We're the 3.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm so glad you said it, Aubrey, because that is something that I noticed, but it was a factor that I said, oh shit. So the girl Soleil, she's the one, the black girl, the Melanite, who pricked the finger, who blood awakened everything. But it wasn't until they called her by her nickname that it clicked. Her name is Soul.
Soleil. Yes,
I was
Soul.
gonna say
They
that. I ain't seen it yet though, so I was like, let me be quiet. But
Fucked me up.
I noticed that she has that archetypal
The
look
big hair.
of Mother
Yep.
Athena. Yeah.
Yep. And her name is Soul. And her blood was the blood that woke everybody up. Come through.
And the freckles. Do you see that?
And the
too?
Come through with the freckles. Come through now.
Somebody
Yeah.
just told me today that the freckles, if you have freckles, that means that you carry a lot of wisdom.
Carbon.
Yeah.
Got some freckles.
Yeah.
So
So
I thought that was like a wow factor for me. I was like, I have been sitting there watching it. I'm doing shit, and I'm like, I heard him say, "So, oh shit!" Like, y'all hit it in there. Okay, got it.
And real smooth too.
And
Like they
real
were like,
smooth.
let's make it her
Very.
name. Like it's cute too. Like to be her name too. Like that's real cute.
Yep. Anyway, I thought that was good. We gotta move on to Chaz with the blood clots. Blood clot.
Yeah, so it's been reported that back in 2020, 2021 during the pandemic that there were blood clots found in dead bodies about the size of, I don't know, they was long and they was growing, and yeah, they're saying that they didn't find this out until people was actually like unalived and all that. But I believe that I was looking at the comments. I believe that this was the reason that a lot of them was actually like passing away due to, taking all the jabs and all that as well. Which is, when you go get the test and they stick it up your nose and they do all of that. What people didn't understand is that they was putting a parasite inside of you, and it wasn't a blood clot. That's not what it was. It was actually parasites growing inside of people. And it was just growing and growing and growing, eating up all the, all of everything that you got going on, basically kind of like taking over you until it was no more you left, basically. But here is my video for that. I'm gonna play this real quick.
Clots are showing up inside people who have recently died. Some embalmers say the clots are found in most corpses these days, and they've never seen anything like it before. They report the phenomenon started either in 2020 or 2021. They say the clots stand out because they're exceptionally big, at a maximum as long as a human leg and as thick as a pinky finger. The embalmers also say that clots in corpses have become much more common. 50 to 70% of all corpses he works with these days, up from 5 to 10% prior to the pandemic. Clots are showing up inside people who have magnesium and zinc, which according to experts shows that these aren't just normal postmortem clots, because normal human blood always has those nutrients.
Most doctors aren't going to see what I see. I have to get it out there because I feel like humanity might be at stake.
So yeah, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I remember when the coroners were when this first started happening a couple of years ago or whatever, and the coroners were saying, so say they were pulling the tumors, they were pulling that out of the heart space, the heart area. They were saying the whole heart was full, okay, with this thing. It filled up the whole like your arteries, like literally the whole area of your artery. That's where you think the was that myocarditis, where these babies is playing sports and they just dropping dead. That's because these things is growing in their hearts and in their organs, the size of the whole vessel. They're finding vessels. hmm they're finding these things in vessels where it shouldn't be growing. Like
Mm.
little parts, little parts of the body, like where shouldn't nothing be growing like that. So yeah. These jabs is fucking people up.
Slowly but surely
Allegedly.
growing. It's crazy because I just started like watching like Stranger Things and all that, and I see how that kind of like ties into a lot of stuff. I would like big parasites going inside of the genome's body and just taking over them, and then you know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. Like, and then eventually it's like they take over to the point where if you do anything to it, it's going to affect that person that it's in. So in order to get rid of it, you have to unalive that person. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it.
It's taking over the body, like I just said, the movie The Faculty. That's something that I've been saying. In The Faculty, y'all remember it was like it actually looked just like that. Like that's all I gotta say.
Y'all kids is in school and all that with these parasites.
And is
parasites.
Not to mention, somebody sent me a video yesterday of they're so excited over in England to be eating human meat. If we have time, I'm going to play that video right now. We're going to get into talk about eating. We're going to talk about the turkey leg cut and Miss Ma'am getting abused behind turkey legs. Come on, Aubrey.
Well, honey, the shit has hit the fan. Houston's the number one restaurant that everybody has been pretty much traveling for the last maybe 5, 6 years. The Turkey Leg Hut is announcing that they are closing their doors, and a divorce is on the rise, honey. The tea in the pot is boiling, and I'm going to read to you what I believe the wife indicated on a post. So give me just a second to pull that up because it was a lot. Now, this is information that you can be able to go see, but this is what they indicated. Nakia Price, the owner of the Turkey Leg Hut, has exposed her husband, Lynn Price, for being abusive. Rumors say that Lynn allegedly has a baby on the way with another woman. The post basically states, I've been quiet for so long and I can no longer hold my silence. This war that I've been fighting behind the closed doors, all the while pretending to the world that everything is perfect, is too much to bear. I am living in hell on earth. The abuse, the manipulation, the lies, the deceit, the gaslighting, and the narcissism, the narcissism have become unbearable. The world thinks he's a man who stands on business, but y'all are sadly mistaken. The man that me and my children know is cruel, abusive emotionally and mentally, and completely void of any emotion. From the time we wake up till the time we close our eyes each night, we are literally in a fight for our peace and sanity. I can admit that I played my part in hindering and hiding his behavior, but today I'm finally choosing me. I'll die behind this truth and I'll lose everything to finally have peace. I brought light to his life while he came into mine to destroy not only me, but all who loves me. I'm finally choosing or closing this chapter, but I know that the battle is about to commence and I'm ready. I know after this win, wait. I know after, I guess you meant to say after she wins this war, she'll finally have some peace. There are many more chapters to my story, but this one is officially closed. I'm going to need all of the support that I can get, but also, okay, I'm not reading that. Yeah. So she is pretty much done with this, honey. He is allegedly physically, mentally, and all of those emotional things that are not great in a relationship. So I want to know what y'all feel about this because I want to eat at the turkey leg, honey. They had lines across the city waiting to eat in this establishment. I feel like for anybody to step out on a great business like that, let alone a marriage where you guys both built this particular situation on just to have a child because you got beautiful women coming up in your restaurant establishment and you want to be a hoe. You really fucked it up for a lot of people. So, Hannah, what do you think about this particular situation?
Well, since I already have my hand up, my first question was going to be for you to clarify who was doing what, but you didn't. You clarified it. I know exactly what's happening now. I don't know. Is it weird that I kind of feel like this ties into the whole parasite thing we're talking about? Like who's controlling his brain? You know, like what made him make these certain decisions? And you know, it got to be something else that's looking for something, you know, that would make these decisions play out like that. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something because it was real quiet on here.
I just didn't want to go ahead, Chaz. I didn't want to just jump in.
No, it's fine. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was tripping for a second. I'm like, I thought it was frozen or something like that. I'm like, but no, definitely. I mean, it's to me. I feel like this is not a shocker. I feel like this goes on behind a lot of closed doors, behind a lot of black business, black-owned businesses, and not just our businesses, even genome businesses and stuff like that. But particularly, we have a better way of hiding things and covering up things. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I hope she finds some peace, you know what I'm saying? Even if she has to lose everything, wherever the case may be, because peace is definitely important, you know. So and whatever he got coming to him, that's what he got coming to him.
I'm just like we both work real hard on this business. Can't we just split it? Can't we just fit it? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at the stove, you ain't at the stove. Can't we just? That's just me. Okay, I'm done.
He can eat no chips.
Okay. I had to take my glasses off. I don't know. It just seemed like everything tastes the same, What? Bitch, what? That's all I saw. That's all I saw.
That as soon as Kirby was saying that, I was like, I don't know. The way she was talking, like narcissistic, physically, mentally, emotionally, beating on her. I don't know if that's gonna be like that. They gonna have to go to war behind that, kids and everything. He gonna come for everything. Listen.
All I saw was anime trying to tell Ike, Ike, everything's starting to sound the same. Everything tastes the same. All the turkey legs is tasting the same. Like that nigga is ziggity boo fucking crazy, bro. Did y'all see the picture? She looks scared to death. She over there like help. Let me blow you up. Wait a minute, bitch. Hold on. Because this bitch is like she's screaming for help in this picture, yo. Oh, Aubrey, do like this. Pull it in. Pull it in, Aubrey. Oh my God, let them see it.
See.
That bitch is like she's calling for help with her eyes. Please help. Please help me.
Help me now.
You're so far.
I'm pretty big on body language. The body language says it all as well.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Okay. Oh well, that's what the fuck is going on. But as we talking about wives, Carbon, she said she ain't working no more. You pay the rest of these fucking bills.
Y'all, this wife came in and basically let her husband have it. Said, "I ain't doing it no more." Hold on, I got a little video. Here we go, y'all.
So check this video out.
What's wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
What you mean? What's wrong? No.
Talking about?
Why you quit your job?
Because I wasn't in the fucking bills anymore. I don't want to do any of this anymore.
What you mean you're not going to pay bills no more?
I'm not paying any bills anymore. I'm not doing it anymore.
So you're not going to help me out of my
No.
Why?
Because in the first place.
Wait. It's breaking out. We can't even hear it.
Really?
I think
know.
turn it down just a smidgen. Turn it down just a little bit.
How's it?
I am the man in the house.
Let me see if I can find it for you. I'm gonna play it.
It's not doing it. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, it's still cutting.
Ooh, that definitely ain't true because that's wild. Like you can
But
hear
I
it.
want them to hear it because
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about it per usual because I talk a lot. But let me find it real quick in our chat because I'll play it and see if it'll sound. They can hear
Sound
it.
better.
Yeah, I want them to be able to hear your story, child. Because this shit. Oh, here it goes.
She's serious.
Abandoned warehouse in Reedley.
So check this video out.
What's wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
But you gotta take me off of big.
Talking about?
Why you quit your job?
Because I wasn't finna pay bills anymore. I don't want to do any of this anymore.
What you mean you're not going to pay bills no more?
I'm not paying any bills anymore. Like, are you hard of hearing? Like, I'm not doing it anymore.
So you're not going to help me out no more?
No.
Why?
Because that's your job. You're supposed to be paying all the bills in the first place. Why I gotta go work? Why I gotta get up at 8 o'clock?
Who else is it?
It's our house, but you gonna pay all these bills. I'm not doing it by myself.
I'm saying, so what's wrong with you working and help?
There's a lot wrong with it. Why I gotta do it? Why I gotta do it? You sit up there and act like you the man of the house. Okay, be the man of the house and pay all the bills. I'm not doing it.
I am the man of the house.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not complaining like that.
No, I'm the man of the house. The man of the house telling you you need to.
No, I'm not gonna go do anything. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing right here on my computer, and you go to work.
What you doing on
You go to work. You know how to be a man, step up, and do what you need to do.
I've always been a man.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You haven't been lately. You sure haven't been lately. So what? You bring this camera in my face to do what? What point are you trying to prove?
To show people how sorry you is.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. What I'm gonna do is be the lady in the house and make sure the house is taken care of, and you go out and work. How come I don't? Did you just eat last night? Did you just eat last night? Now, the point is, I'm not gonna go work for nobody anymore. Now you can go work at your little warehouse job and bring back the money so we can pay these bills.
Cooking rotel ain't no.
What you talking about? We're not even talking about me cooking. What we talking about is you going to work so you can come back home and make sure that we good.
No. What we talking about is you need to go get a job so you can.
No, I'm not gonna go do anything. I'm not about to do anything. If you're not satisfied.
No, we need to help make sure each other good. So
no, I'm good. I'm good. You need to make sure that this whole house.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
How you good if you just quit your job?
Because you don't know what I got put up. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not paying anything else.
That's what we doing.
Like I said, I'm not paying anything else. And you gonna be responsible for everything else. I'm tired of paying bills. Simple as that. So what you wanna do?
Bro, that little portion you put in on
portion?
That little portion.
Okay, so my little portion about nothing, because I'm not paying anything else.
And that's the problem.
You're not understanding that.
I don't understand why you don't think that's a problem.
It isn't a problem.
So
I'm your wife. I'm your wife, so why do you want your wife to go out and work? I'm not understanding it.
Plenty of people wives want.
Okay, I'm not gonna be one of them anymore. Simple as that.
No.
You need to step your game up, go get you another job, go get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more if you got to. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. Don't be lazy, stop being a bum, and go get another job.
No, what you can do is you can get up on and get you another job because you quit a job.
I'm straight. I'm straight. At the end of the day, you maybe need to go get you another job and take care of these bills. We got 4 kids and you can't even barely take care of one.
Whoa. So apparently,
Carbon,
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, as we all just heard, she was working, and then she had just came in after one shift and said, nigga, I'm not doing it no more. Figure it the fuck out. I, I I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. It's like, huh? Come on, wait, Aubrey, come on, baby.
Listen, I'm hollering at the screen on mute. Do you understand? Am I on mute? Wait, what's going on? Okay. I'm hollering at the screen because what is the fuck was he talking about? Girl, I would have let it by. You can go today. Pay everything that you need, Mr. Sir, and go. Because if I am paying all of these bills and you're doing nothing, and you're telling me that I'm taking care of us, and you're doing nothing, oh, no. Absolutely the fuck not. Bitch, I would have done exactly what the fuck she did. Hey, I'm no longer working today. Ever. You can go and you can do whatever that you need to do. Hey, and while you're recording, make sure that you record yourself getting your shit and getting the fuck out of my motherfucking house as well, honey. Because I'm done at this point. As a man, how dare you show up to me as if you're going to make me your in-house slave? Bitch, she's tired of getting up at 8 o'clock in the motherfucking morning, rising, working for you, for them 4 kids. I can work for my kids because they're my kids. But when it comes to you, my husband, bitch, you better be bringing something to the motherfucking table in this motherfucker. No, absolutely not. That's all I got to say. I'm mad. Let me go back on mute because I'm upset.
Well, wasn't they both working? I'm
That's
so
what I was
lost.
saying. Like, that's what I was saying too. Like, are they both working? Like, what's the thing? From the sound of it, it sounded like she just quit her job and just told him, "Hey, fuck this. You the man of the house. I quit my job, so I need you to go ahead and pay all these bills like you're supposed to, because that's what a husband's supposed to do. And I want to be a stay-at-home mom right now. I don't want to work. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to feel like doing shit no more. It's all on you now." Now that they married and all that, now it kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Then I see that, this seemed like a little abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? I see how she's talking to him. I don't know how. They probably talk to each other like that. I don't know, but it's giving like she's talked real big shit over him a lot. You know what I'm saying? One of those, hey, dumb nigga, I need you to go. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even work. You don't even make a lot of money. You can't even afford to take care of one kid. But this your husband. What are we talking about? You might just go ahead. Why don't we get a divorce? That's what I'm saying. Why don't y'all just go ahead and be done with each other with all that? Cause yeah. And then I don't know if they got a house together. I don't know what the situation is, but how you just gonna stop doing what you doing and then tell him, hey, you a man, this what a man's supposed to do. You accepted all of that. You know what I'm saying? You accepted all that they came with. Now you just all of a sudden want to be a stay at home mom. And it don't fucking work like that. It don't fucking work like that. And I'm not on either one of their fucking sides. So they're all just dumb as fuck to me. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Anybody else want to go before I go? Because I'm a party poop. You know I'm gonna do it. Okay, so Chaz, it's kind of funny. I had a similar thought. Like I was like, I have a list of questions. Like I'm about to go like full judge on them because I'm like, wait, what's the percentage of bills do he pay for her to really go out like this? Do he pay a good? What percentage of bills does she pay? How much does she make? How much? I have lots of questions going in my head. But my second comment is, as melanites and Black people, we gotta stop talking about this shit online because which CIA agent wrote this script? I am so tired of seeing these motherfucking scripts. Like, really? Like, it's literally a Twitter argument in person form of who should pay what. Like, the logistics are not there because there are no fucking logistics. Nothing makes logical sense because it's based off of a fallacy, a situation. That's why I said, does anybody else have anything to say? Because I didn't want to say that before we got there. But that's how I feel. Like, I feel like nothing is logical about it because it's not a logical conversation. Like, you don't just go, you don't just go, I'm done working. Now you got to, like, like Chaz is saying, like, I personally agree with Chaz in terms of how she's talking, but that just kind of, feeds into my own opinion about it being not real. So anyways, what do you guys think?
Yeah, too.
I agree that it definitely could possibly be like a false, because I keep seeing these videos of the husband, black husband, or boyfriend filming the black woman doing something incorrect. So I still get it. But if we just talking about typically about the video, I heard a whole bunch of shit. I agree with Aubrey, because what I heard was, nigga, you barely doing anything. You just got a job for real. And now you think, she said she been saving money. She said, I'm all right. What she said is, nigga, get the fuck out. I don't even want to be with you no more, is what I'm hearing. It sounds like to me like you ain't been doing shit. You ain't shit. I'm sick of your shit. I really want you to get the fuck out of here. So no, nigga, I'm not working, because do what you're supposed to be doing, because I feel like I hear underneath this whole thing, like she said, you came here with the video to do what, nigga? Like, I heard deeper conversation then, because there were some key things that she said. She originally said, I'm not going to keep paying all these bills by myself. So now he's working, and I know firsthand from myself, as well as family members and good girlfriends who had taken care of shit. And when the guy got the job, he was Big Dick Willie. Now it's this and that and my motherfucking car, and this is how and you should be. Who's cleaning the house? Who's taking care of the kids? Are we both doing it? Or am I doing it and working? I hear underneath what the fuck he wanted everybody to hear. I heard something different. So
I kind of had a similar thought about it too, that like she just was trying to find a reason, or not find a reason, but like that was her way of being like, me and you here are done now. Like whatever we have had going before, we no longer have going. And I completely agree with you too. In if it, regardless of whether I think it's real or not, I agree, because I feel like that is the dynamic. Like women are expected. Like that's why I say we got to stop having these conversations out loud, because especially we'll talk about melanite women strictly. They're expected to provide, and that's why when we have these 50-50 conversations, it's like, what are we talking about 50-50? Because if we're married, why is financial strictly 50-50? Like, what about all the other work that I do as an individual that you may not do as an individual? So I agree with you on that part as well, Kakita, that it just sounded like she was.
And I love Rotel. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That part. I honestly feel her, and I see you, and I'm gonna let you go ahead. I feel like exactly what Petita said, and I feel like that he brought toxic masculinity into play, because he tried to victimize the ordinary black man that's for his family, in support of the marriage, and this da 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 da, and it's the angry black woman movement. Absolutely not. You will not try to put this black woman in this situation. The main question that I care about is, what were you contributing to this whole particular situation, and why the hell did she decide to say, you know what, today is my last day at this damn job, and I'm not dealing with it anymore because I got my money saved. I hit my limit. So if I said I was saving $5,000 and that's in my motherfucking account, and I hit that $5,000 and that's my goal, and I decided to quit at that point, then I've done that. But you, sir, you gotta go, because I'm not paying for you and my children.
Yeah, she said, I'm good.
I just love that, because when I was listening to it, you can take it in a perspective of, you're another child for me at this point. And I don't want to take that on. And I've been taking it on, and she don't want to get to her Taraji P acrimony point where, okay, you finally got it where you need to be, but we're not going to have it there. You're not going to get me that type of crazy. I want to let this go now, and I want to have my own peace and my own sanity with it. Because like Charmin said, it is always depicted as an Instagram thread and everything. Even you do see it in Issa Rae Insecure, where Issa was working a dead-end job and supporting Lawrence. And they keep having that dynamic in Melanite culture. And that's where we're like breaking the line as Melanite women, like, no, before it gets there, I don't care where it is, but this is over. This is done. Because I see what my worth is. You're only taking care of one child, but I'm taking care of 5 children, is what she's saying. And on top of that, working and doing wife duties. That's a lot. You're just worried about doing the wham bam easy things. You think throwing a piece of meat at me and then you just now working is going to solidify and make everything okay. But I can kind of see where she's coming from. I get it in her standpoint.
One of those I've been holding it down. Okay, you got your job. Tag, you're it. Gotcha. And if you can't do it, then fuck off. Gotcha. I get it. All right, y'all. We gonna take a little break real quick. So we're gonna be right back after word from our sponsors.
Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting.
You hear the rumble of the earth.
High council, affirmation, oracle, and tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
All right, we back, y'all.
Lip quiver, Aubrey. Okay, our next story is Mons. So I feel like they kind of both of them all kind of tie in. Because I actually have 3. I'm going to play a quick clip, and I just want y'all to check it out, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to tie all 3 of them in together, okay?
Like I had no idea what he was talking about. You feel me? The way they portray prison, like on movies and little document, bruh. Listen, bruh. Nah, you know what I'm saying? And then my mom's, God bless the dead. You know what I'm saying? My mom's was like, baby, just don't mess with nobody, and nobody ain't gonna do nothing to you. You feel me?
It don't work like that. Right.
What? No, bro, like, you got to click up with somebody. You can try to play the cut and be chilling by yourself if you want to. You feel me? But if your hands ain't on that level, that ain't happening. And you gotta understand, man, like, I was a kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? So here I am, 14, in a cell with dudes that's 27. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was a brother in that name, I don't want to say his name. Brother had 99 years, bro.
Damn.
You feel me? Like when they give you your like every month they give you like a paper and they have like your release date on it. So the brother release date was 9999. I mean, like, he ain't never getting that. You feel what I'm saying?
So they just, oh damn.
Bro, and here you go with 3 years sleeping next to somebody that ain't never getting that. You feel me? So when people be like, oh, they don't try you, no sexual stuff, and bruh, all that's a lie. That's how I got stabbed. You feel me? Like when they came in my room, bruh. Excuse me. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like every night, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sleep, bruh, to this day. Feel me?
That was so heavy when I seen that. Okay. And so he's given his account of being 14 years old, put in and bound over as an adult and put into an adult penitentiary and being bunkies with a person that was doing life as a 14-year-old boy. And basically what he's saying is they have nothing to lose. So now when I'm looking at my other stories that I have, that's why I want to tie them all together, because the next one I had was Elijah McClain, the cop that, you know, did whatever he did to Elijah, was found not guilty, which that's always the case. But when you have someone, a 14-year-old boy, that's not even in control of his own self and emotions, you bound him over as an adult and put him into adult situation that he cannot fend for himself. And that reminds me of the little cartoon video that we saw on TikTok about the big husky cartoon man comes in. They put him in what looks like an electric chair, and they turn on the thing. And when he get up, he's now flamboyant. He's walking like this. It is a whole agenda, right? And so going into my third one, which was, and his name, by the way, I think is Anthony Case or Keith Wallace. I mean, so that's his name, Keith Wallace. Very handsome, very handsome. But Anthony Broadwater did 16 years in a penitentiary for being falsely accused of raping, sexually assaulting, whatever you want to call it, to make it sound good for the internet. He was sentenced and did 16 years for raping a genome, in which she later said, oh, well, he didn't really rape, he didn't do it. It wasn't him. And so when they tried to catch up with her to even see what her side of it was, she had no comment. But then she reached out to him and said, basically, I apologize if I affected your life. So what do y'all think? Come on, Charming.
I was about to say, don't forget to tell them who the genome was, because we are all very familiar with this genome.
Yes.
This genome is, go ahead.
She is the author of Lovely Bones. So if you've ever seen that movie, it was a book. It was her book, The Lovely Bones, and she wrote it, and that's who she is.
Yes. So I watched the video that you sent us and stuff, and I listened to what the guy said, and he basically said something had happened to her. You know, she got assaulted when she was in college. I think she was like 18 or something, and they had never found out who it was. And then one day she was like, that's who it was. Like, she came face to face. That's how they narrated it. She came face to face with this person who she claimed was her, you know, assaultant. And I think that's how you say it. Is that how you say it? Anyways. So yeah, so it just blows my mind, because it's always one of these popular genomes that we know of. Like, it makes me so mad. Like, I don't even want to, like, I want to erase the movie from my brain. Like, I want to erase everything from my brain, because how dare this be the case? And not only that, did you guys, there's another book. What was the other book? So the reason why I got found out that he was not guilty is because she was getting a book written about her, which I don't remember what it was called.
I can't remember the name, but the genome said that he read the book and he put it together and said, she's lying. Like,
wasn't he the one who's starting? Oh no, he did read the book. Was it? I thought he was like writing it with her, but I feel like he had something to do with it. I don't know. But
he does something with some kind of like book things. He does something with that. Yeah.
And he basically read it, and he said, this account that she has in the book is different than the account that was in the court documents and stuff like that. So, like, I don't know. It just actually really blows my mind that it's that blatant. Like, when they had her on video, she literally walked by and ignored it. Like, she was just living her little life in San Francisco. Like, honestly, go get her.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Tell me you're Caroline Bryant without telling me you're Caroline Bryant.
I just, my question is why, once these type of things come out, the person that falsely accused them, why don't they go to jail?
Never. That's because they shuffle them with $1 million per year that you had to do.
I was gonna say, people who get accused of being, or I feel, okay, it's kind of funny. It's a self-perpetuating cycle in my head, kind of like, you can't send people who accuse people of rape to jail, because people who actually do the assaulting don't actually go to jail either. That's the part of the system. They literally, I feel like they literally use both sides. You don't really send people who do false accusations because they don't actually send people who are proven to be that to jail either. So they use both ends. They use both ends. They use that person who will do it and the person who will accuse somebody of doing it falsely, and nobody gets justice. The people who will go down, and the people who use that as a tool continue on with their life.
Like the cop who he killed Elijah McClain, right?
I'm pretty sure he did. He because it wasn't Elijah McClain, wasn't he had mental illness, and he didn't understand like his signals or something like that.
He was young too.
Yeah, he was like 16. He was a kid.
He was in his early 20s. He was on the spectrum. It was during COVID. He had his mask on, and it went to hell. And that man killed that boy.
Yeah, and he's not gonna do a day for it, because it's gonna be a job well done. You know what I mean? Like, they get away with doing all of these things, but meanwhile, you put a baby in the penitentiary, one of the hardest and hardened places, with hardened criminals who already have come to terms with never getting out. He said they didn't just come in there that one night. They came in continuously. He was stabbed between the ages before he was before he was 20. He can't even sleep to this day. Like, that is crazy to me.
And as he was telling the story, you could literally see him reliving that moment. That's
when
sad.
He stopped to relive that moment, it was instant. It was not something he thought about. He was actually telling the story and hitting. He was there. Come on, Aubrey. There.
Let me say this. I immediately began to get triggered even more for the people that were in the background. I heard somebody say, take your time. But in that moment, it would have been beautiful for somebody to come over and make sure that he was okay. Literally. Because you're interviewing this for whatever ratings that you're getting from this particular story. It has went viral because we're talking about it now. But ultimately in that, you benefited off of someone else's trauma, and nobody was able to step in that moment to just be like, let me give you a hug. No matter how this looks, no matter how people will try to make this situation to be homosexual, because you know how they do. I, as a Black man, really understand where you're coming from, because you were 14 and you shouldn't have to experience anything of anybody who fucked up their life to do anything to you, no matter what you did. Because at the end of the day, your story is your story. But you should have never been in a grown facility in the first place. There is a detention center for people that are under the age of 16 and 18 that they should have put him in for however long he was going to be there. If it was 3 years, he was going to get out when he was 17. So if you were getting out at 17, you could have let him stay in that detention center until 17, and he could have rightfully went on by his merry way. But now you've created trauma for a man. How can he get over that and not feel less of a person? It's ridiculous. I just wish that somebody would have been able to really go in and say, you know what, on camera, not behind the camera, but on camera, to make him feel like it is okay. I know you have to catch your breath because there's a lot of information to reveal, but it is okay for me to come over and console you in this moment, because you're healing in this moment. You don't know it. You're healing, but let me make it even better for you to be able to say that I can actually talk about this a little bit more freely because of the acceptance. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. It's like break the taboo of comforting a masculine melanite person who is going through an emotional state, because I think that's where the taboo comes in. Like, are we going to, like, how do we address this masculine person? Do we hug them? Do we say take your time? Do you know what I mean? And I do want to add on and say I am grateful that he is here, and I'm grateful to see him be able to tell a story, even if it's painful, because that's better than him not being here. And yeah, that's all. There's nothing more to say to that. But I agree with you, Aubrey. Like, it would have been great to see him get a hug, or but maybe he didn't need one. And that's also something we could think about too. So I don't know. I agreed with you out there, Aubrey.
Yeah, I agree with you too, Aubrey. I'm sorry, Carmen.
No, go ahead. Please go. Please.
I was just gonna say, maybe he had trauma too, and they were like seeing the trigger, and they're probably thinking, okay, he might get triggered if we do touch him, because I feel like that would be something that I would think in my head. I would get you tissues, but I would be so scared that you were triggered if I touch you, because you are literally like reliving it.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely some sense of consoling. I get that, Aubrey. He needed that, like tissues, pass him a little blanket just to make him feel safe, something. But I definitely could not even imagine being 14 in that situation. For him, I feel like he's very strong. And then not only just him, he's speaking for other men that have been in that position when they were little boys. I thought that was powerful. And I also think that it was good to hear his story and see that it's going viral. So we know that this is how they're trying to buck break. And there's so many little boys that are going through something like this. I was emotional the first time watching it. And I was emotional watching it again, because it just made me think how many young men are being thrown in these predicaments with these grown men that feel like I have nothing to lose, and you might not either, but I'm gonna make you feel like you do. And they're just thinking in their head, I just have to get through this. I just got to get through this. I can keep fighting it. I got to get through this. The mental, physical, and emotional trauma that they're going in and out with it is crazy to me, to even see them. He's a strong man. I just have to give his props. He is a strong man to still be here, like China said. And I did not know the Lovely Bones person was Melanite. I thought it was Genome. And when I saw that,
She is Genome.
Oh no, the man that.
Oh yeah, he's a Melanite. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she had been saying he was a Genome this whole time. That slapped me upside my head, and I just really was like floored with that information when you had brought that to the table. That was a humdinger.
I was going to say, that was the one last thing I was going to say before Carbon. That's how they're buck breaking. They meant to buck break him at 14. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Carbon.
No, I was just going to say this. I wonder how many men on that set could relate to him. And maybe that's why they paused. Outside of, you hug a man going through some shit like that and you trigger him, it could be a whole array of things. But I really wonder how many men that was on that set when he said that had their own experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was it.
I seen a lot of people in the chat say that they called him the big homie, Keith Wallace. They called him a big homie, and they were saying how cool he is and down to earth. So he must be a well-known person. I've never heard of him until when I seen that, and he's absolutely fine. So I'm just saying, where's he located at? But I'm going to show my last video before we move forward, because I feel like this is the purpose of a whole bunch of shit. So bear with me, and then we'll move forward to our next story, guys, because this was going to be my last story.
Do you think there's a level of fame that is just too dangerous for this?
Yeah, if you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you don't drink the gold juice. So I was offered the gold juice 3 times in my 20s, my 30s, and my 40s. Pee.
A lot of golden showers.
The gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice. You never offered the gold juice?
No, I'm a scumbag comic. What's the gold juice?
I don't know, but I didn't drink it and I didn't want it. And
is this
I noticed when all the girls, certain girls on Orange, changed. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's like a real thing. Like, it's all a real thing, and it's scary because they send like people after you, and they can like kind of moonlight as like a friend, or and they're a wolf in sheep's clothing. And listen, you can have everything you want, all the fame in the world, all the money. I'm like, what if I just drank it for the night? You know what I mean? Like, what if and I don't know what it is. If it's a metaphor for the gold juice, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Mostly.
And
if there's a tincture that makes you younger, I better know where. You better let me in on this. If adrenochrome's real, I'll be first in line.
You can put, Some of the women put like some type of like baby's foreskin on their face.
Sure. Why do you think I'm having a kid?
And
Do you think I want to be a mother?
wow.
You're insane. Kevin Spacey already called dibs on this. He just wired me $2 million to my PayPal. That's all. Say that. Like, do you think there's a
So with that shit being said, let's go into that, because first of all, this bitch was not playing when she said that if you don't know who Kevin Spacey is, he is an actor, but he has also been accused of pedophilia. And so there was the tasteless joke that she could have ever fucking made, but it wasn't a joke, I don't believe. And that's the old girl. If y'all don't know who that Taryn Manning is, I want to do something, D. From Hustle and
I'm in charge.
I'm in charge, D. And I think she also plays on Orange is the New Black. So what do y'all think about that shit?
I think that, oh, so I see you trying to, okay, I think Pennsatucky is talking. Taryn was talking. Now, when you look at it, you can definitely tell there are some people that did gain their success when you see some of the people and you memorize the cast. You're like, okay, I do see how they leveled up. Now, when she said gold juice and she said it was a metaphor, now that is what had my mind going like, girl, what do you mean, girl? You wasn't talking about just drinking the gold juice. You were also talking about doing a lot of other things to get to the gold juice. And I feel like that was very important to step into too. Then you have her fake comedian ass, and she's basically validating like, that's why I'm having this baby to be younger. And yes, he really did wire me this money. But he ha but no ha. I found that very strange, but I think she's saying a lot of things. And between her and the other one, with the raspy voice that she was like on drugs real bad from Orange and the New Black, but she was also coming up like the Russian doll show she was on. She's been speaking a few
With
things,
the
and I've
curly
been
blonde hair. Yeah.
with the very curly blonde.
Natasha Leon, right?
Yeah.
I've been paying attention to what she said.
That's
too.
actually what Brianna said when I showed her that video. Brianna was like, who could you be talking about? Because we were like thinking about all the girls. And she was like, well, Natasha Leon got like the Red Russian. She literally said the Red Russian doll show. She got all these other shows. So she was talking about, she said that too with that. But also, I feel like the interviewer was trying to get Taryn caught up. Because, bitch, you know what I'm talking about. What are you talking about, pee?
Yeah.
Fuck out my face. Like, I'm telling you, the gold
never
juice.
been offered the gold juice?
The gold juice.
I'm a scumbag comedian.
Tell me what it is. Like, girl, bye. And then switch up
Told
the
her that
energy.
she
Talk
was
about
offered the gold juice.
Trying to get her caught up, trying to get her to say more than she would. And I want us to give Taryn her props because she was like, if the girls who know. Like, that's what this conversation is about, the girls who don't know. But I do find it funny that she called it the gold juice because I feel like I talked about this before, but in the Greek times, ichor, I think, is a gold liquid that the Greeks drank to become Greek gods. And
what is
it's the blood, it's, how do I describe it? It's like the nectar of, listen, don't get me started on the Greeks. I have a whole big theory about the Greeks and the Melanites and stuff like that. But that's what it reminds me of, because if you go and look, like Medusa, she hadn't drinking ichor yet. That's what it's called. It's an ethereal liquid is what they call it. And it's a gold colored ethereal liquid that is not blood, but only the gods have it in their blood. So I don't know. Just reminds me of that.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I was watching Ragnarok. It's about Thor, and then like the genomes will drink it out of like this horn thingy, but only like, it was like a true god, something like that. Then I heard.
Yeah, I think it came from the blood of the nymphs. Like the nymphs, and the nymphs were the ones that the Greeks were always trying to chase after, specifically Pan, and do shit to. I think the nymphs were the Melanites, and they were literally using them and stuff like that. So, anyways, we won't go into that. We can talk about that another day. But that's what that reminds me of, with her calling it specifically the gold juice, because when we think of adrenochrome, when we think of that, We don't think of it as the
We
gold
can't say
juice.
adrenochrome?
I don't know. I'm
Right.
just I'm
Right.
just like,
'Cause I
wait.
was getting ready to say it.
Hopefully nobody's searching it. I don't know. Keyword, the blank word, but I feel like for me, I don't think of it as like a gold juice. I feel like I think of it as like literal blood. So for her to kind of give it a different picture is actually kind of interesting, and like paint a slightly different visual for us is kind of interesting.
I'll tell you what I noticed in it before you guys. She looks terrible. She looks decrepit, and that's my girl. You know what I mean? I like her as an actress, but she looks terrible. She looks like she is being worked on. She looks terrible.
And not only that, the Hollywood has run her through the mud. She's had to sue and all kinds of shit.
Really?
Yeah, she said it in that interview that was just playing that Hustle and Flow. She didn't get paid for that. She ended up having to sue to get paid for that. There's a few roles she did that she didn't get paid for. She had to go sue, and you know when you go sue in Hollywood, you know what comes with that. So yes, they run her through the ringer. She's been
Yeah,
through hell.
I don't disagree that she always looks like that. She looks like that for a fucking reason, because she don't look like that in the movies. She looks terrible. If you're looking at her hands, she looks absolutely 75 years old.
And I found the whole golden juice reference because I'm just like, I know they have technology to where they can just extract that, and it would probably be a yellowish golden color, adrenochrome. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't think it necessarily has to be mixed with blood with all the technology. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense to me. I'm
Yeah.
done. That was all I had to say.
Was you gonna say something, Chaz?
No, I was just gonna speak more on what Corbin was saying, because I remember, like, I think it might have been that interview where she was saying that she's down to her last $10,000 or something like that, and basically if she become homeless, that's just gonna be it. So I think that's where she's at with this stuff. Like, I think she just tired. She's seen
I believe she's seen a lot too, Chaz. Really quickly, we're gonna move forward, but I need to say this because when I did the horoscopes earlier, I'd be frustrated and shit. I'd be pissed. And I'm only going to apologize to one person, and it's not going to be Ashley. It is going to be Open 624, because when I went back and I watched it, I haven't gotten through the whole horoscopes, but I did see she was randomly commenting, but it wasn't what I thought. She was actually in the chat talking to everyone like everyone else was. And I just kept seeing sail salt come across from her, and it kept being repeated, and I hadn't seen any other comments and until I went back and watched it, and I saw that she was actually very supportive and actually having real conversation. It came across to me as an op, like somebody is in my chat just keeps saying things trying to get attention from other people. And so let me apologize to Open 624 because she actually didn't go away. She stuck in there, and at the end she said, I love y'all. And so I love you back. And so I apologize for the misunderstanding of what I was seeing and what I thought it was. So I hope I didn't, I hope it wasn't too bad from you, but I sincerely send love to you. Open 624. So anyway, we're going to move forward. I don't know, Chaz, what you want to do. If you want to do them both, apple cider vinegar sold, Chicago migrants to get $9,000 in rental assistance. However you want to do it, Chaz.
Yeah, I'm just going ahead and run them all together. I see that we short on time. So what's going on is that the Bragg's apple cider vinegar that you guys be using and all of that, Katy Perry and her husband has bought it out, but their partner is Bill Gates. And because their partner is Bill Gates, the apples that they are using are Charmaine, help me out with that. What is it called that they're using with the apples? The
appeal.
He said,
what did you say, Corbin?
The appeal, his product.
So yeah, just know that that's not safe no more. I'm not sure about the other brands as well. You know, this the one that we know of. You know, this the one that we know of that is using those type of apples, that is working with Bill Gates, and because he's over all the food and all the agriculture and all of that. Yeah, you can't even trust the other brands, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, that's bought out. And my second topic, I got a video for it. I'm gonna let this play for you guys.
About the migrant crisis here in Chicago. I spoke to Christina Passioni-Zayas, the city's first deputy chief of staff. She gave me insight on how the crisis is impacting the city and state financially.
We have more people coming in than we actually have transitioning out of shelters.
Already this week, 41 buses have rolled into Chicago. That means there are now 11,000 migrants living in shelters. 4,000 are still sleeping on police station floors and staying at the airport. This chart shows the number of migrant children now enrolled within the Chicago public schools. 30% of migrants here in Chicago are children. The migrant crisis is straining resources. The state is footing the bill for what they call temporary housing. The state is paying on the high end $9,000 in rental assistance over a 6-month period of time. With that comes help moving in and a starter kit to furnish the apartment.
That rent lasts for 6 months, and ideally people would have started their legal process, secured legal work authorization, and then be able to sustain that apartment.
The city put $4 million towards helping migrants get temporary housing. Right now, there are just a handful of case managers to handle the load to get migrants in temporary rentals. I'm Tia Ewing at the Live Desk. We are learning.
So, how you guys feel about that? Let me give my opinion first, because listen, on my page, I pretty much talk about that, what they do with our taxes and all of that. So for me to be, I don't even want to call myself a citizen of America, but for me to be a Melanite, you know, and this to be our land, our home and all that, I feel very disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Because if we go to work, we have our own businesses, we work hard for what we got, and, you know, to survive, you know what I'm saying? Then you want to bring all these immigrants here, whatever you want to call it, migrants, immigrants, whatever case you want to call it, and then you want to give away money to these other foreign countries. But see, that's the thing. You think they're giving it away to them. Actually, they're giving it away to the people that they're bringing it in. So you think they just transferring it over like that. It's not even working like that. They're giving them cords and all type of stuff, housing, like, we got homeless people, then we got people that's working their asses off. It's kind of like, what about us? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not asking for no reparations, because I know that's never coming. You know what I'm saying? I know that's never coming. But like, it's like, when we got to do something about this, because obviously they just gonna keep playing in our faces. They just $4 million. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know, I go to work. I work my ass off. You think they're giving me a raise every day? No, they're not. They're not. Business loans.
America remind me of a bad relationship. That nigga that got every excuse why he couldn't call or text or whatever. And at the end of the day, you can make time for what you want to make time for. And at the end of the day, America can pay for what the fuck they want to pay for and give money to who they want to give to. This is what that remind me of. I'm done.
Now, I was just going to say, we went from immigrants and now they get a nickname as migrants, but their nickname makes sense though, Chaz, because they got grants in there. I ain't never noticed that until I started listening to this video a little more. Bitch, they've been getting grants on us.
Right.
It's my grant. It's my grant. I'm being granted. And then we got a whole war. You're telling us we don't have no money over here, but you're taking money over there. There's money being paid for over there, but then you're letting it's your grant. My grant is coming in. All I got to do is go over there and get my grant, and they're getting this money and they're getting cashed out, paid out, and we're sitting here just thinking, how is this even happening? I never even thought of that.
Can I tell you, Jose, you're correct. That's what I was doing. I was Googling. I wanted to know what the definitions of both words are. So I'm going to tell you, and then I want you to complete your sentence. Immigrant is a person who comes to live permanently in a foreign country. Migrant is someone that comes and lives or moves to get work or to find a better way of living.
So they're just temporarily here to find a better way of living and being paid as they're looking for that, as they're taking a gander. Well, let me take a gander somewhere.
So tell us that Quisita has been right all along without telling us that Quisita has been right all along because she indicated that y'all have been utilizing the Russians as police officers. So who all was on these 41 boats that you put in Chicago in one of the most dangerous places for you to bring people that ain't from there? And they don't know shit about no motherfucking Chicago. The Windy City has become the Windy Tunnel for whatever the fuck they got going on. Because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. This is not the first time. We talked about this the other day too, where I said they were asking the immigrants, where you going? Indiana, where you going? New York, where you going? California. This is a plot to something that's very different than what it is that we're thinking, because you have Skid Row and you ain't never offered them people a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And I just think it's really, really fucked up and bullshit. And a lot of them I saw were men that were coming over here. So I'm trying to understand, are these military people? And, you know, I mean, they spoke the language very well. So I'm just trying to look at all of the stuff. We still don't know where the Haitians are. Now you've brought more and more and more and more migrants. I want to read it to you because it's a difference. You have to look at the wordplay. Immigrants are people who move from one foreign country to another. Migrants, a person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work or better living conditions. Never said anything about coming from a foreign place, a foreign country. Where are these people? Who the fuck are these people? Reason why I left this up here says, Charmin said Orlando Bloom is also an investor. I believe he's also an investor in the human meat company that has a lot of the celebrity names on it. What they're doing is taking cells of humans and growing human meat and feeding that shit to people. And there are different like stores or whatever that sells celebrity human meat. And I'm not mistaken, Orlando Bloom is one of those people as well. So that's why I left that up.
And aren't him and Katy Perry affiliated with each other too? Which makes that even stranger.
I was actually I was looking it up about it, and Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are motherfucking engaged. First of all,
That's her husband.
Yeah, I was like,
that's her husband.
When did they get engaged?
Yeah, it's her. Yeah. They have an investing company together. It's called Perry and Bloom. Is a plethora of these people got together and said, we're gonna, you know. And here's what I thought was even more interesting. How in the fuck are the Braggs? How old is apple cider, the Braggs apple cider vinegar? That's supposed to be old as fuck. How the hell they family friends with the Perrys? With the Perrys? Who else is the Perrys besides Katy Perry? That's her fucking celebrity name. That's not even her real name. So what are we talking about? They're family friends with the fucking Perrys. That's what it said.
But that's a good question. Outside of her and being Katy Perry, who is she? What is her family name? What is she connected to?
She grew up in the church.
She grew up in the church, Carmen.
She did. But did you guys know I seen a documentary? Oh, fuck, what's that little girl's name? Okay, guys. I'm about to play Tabby real quick. What's the little girl's name?
I know which one you doing, girl.
Okay, the little girl. Do you remember what's her name?
She was, it's on the tip of my tongue.
JonBenet.
She was JonBenet girl.
I don't know how long ago I seen this documentary, but the question or the insinuation was JonBenet is Katy Perry. That's another topic for another day, but go and Google that if y'all want to have something interesting to do.
At this point here.
So, yeah, that's why I'm like, wait, Braggs is family friends to the Perrys, but, you know, what are we really, 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 truly talking about here? So anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Before we move forward, let me give you some of the names of the celebrities that are doing this. James Franco, Kanye West, Jennifer Lawrence, and Ellen DeGeneres are just to name a few of the people who are donating their human. A few of them ain't human. I'm just trying to figure it out. But Let's see whose story is up next. It would be oh shit, that's our stories. Yeah.
We did it.
And we did it on time too.
Yeah, let me run this ad really quickly because I want everybody to see that we are booking for a walk with crime. We did good today, you guys. It was so fun to be back.
Yes.
What say
It
you,
was.
panel?
It was great.
No, we missed Charming. Nope.
Oh,
this is an important one right here. Ozempic
okay.
and stomach paralysis. Really quick. Yeah, I know.
Let's do it real quick. I got the videos right here. So I think it's interesting. I just went like, Chaz sent us a video and it was about somebody dying after taking Ozempic. But I also I follow a person who's like a health person, and her name is Detox by Ginger. And before Ozempic had just came out, she had kind of did a little thing where she was like, I'm not really sure about that. You guys should kind of not really, fall for that so instantly. So I will play, well, actually, let me see if this is even a video. So I will play her video. Here is just the article. It says, is it backwards? Oh, no, it's not. Husband finds wife dead after taking Ozempic to slim down for her daughter's wedding. She had brown stuff coming out from her mouth. I didn't know you could die from it. So there's that. So let me take my earphones out. And then here's the video of the girl talking about Ozempic and how there's already like articles out about it and stuff like that.
People who try to shame me out of talking about the risk of Ozempic, here you go. It causes stomach paralysis, aka gastroparesis. Just 16 days ago, I made a post on how I was concerned for how many people are now using Ozempic for weight loss and for diabetes. And I got blasted in the comment. But now even People magazine is talking about the side effects from this drug. Stomach paralysis is not something to laugh about. It's a very serious condition. What happens is that something called a bezoar is formed in your stomach, which is basically just food that wasn't able to leave the stomach and enter into the small intestine, which may require surgery and could even lead to you no longer being alive. In my initial post, I talked about my concerns about the pancreas and my concern that it could potentially cause pancreatic cancer. But many of you actually made me aware of the fact that you are not to take this drug if you have any history of thyroid cancer or thyroid problems, because it is known to potentially cause thyroid cancer as well. So again, I'll say it, stop trying to take the easy way out. If you have weight issues or hormonal...
Anyways, let me see if I can find or go to the article. So it says, an Australian woman has passed away from taking Ozempic. Per the report, Ozempic is a medication approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for people. I don't know why we take things from them. Come on, guys. With type 2 diabetes, the drug slows down the passage of food through the stomach and intestines, which allows a person to feel full for a longer amount of time. However, if the drug slows down the passage too much or blocks the intestines, problems could arise, deadly problems. Months before her daughter's wedding, husbands found her on the floor, unconscious, with a brown liquid leaking from her mouth. She had a little bit of brown stuff coming out of her mouth, and I realized she wasn't breathing and started doing CPR. It was just pouring out, and I turned her onto the side because she couldn't breathe. She died that same night with her cause of death listed as acute gastrointestinal illness. If I knew that could happen, she would have never been taking it. The FDA in September updated the Ozempic label to acknowledge complaints of blocked intestines in some people who have taken the medication. It's unclear if any underlying medical conditions contribute to her death. So, anyways, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I took some. I did. Me and Aubrey.
Okay.
We both took it.
I'm just gonna let you know when I heard it, I was like, she did what?
I was trying to get skinny.
I'll be over here like, don't say nothing. Cortina's an adult.
Listen,
Don't say
I
nothing.
should-
She's an adult.
I knew as soon as she was done, and she was like, any thoughts? And she looked, she was like, I took it, and I'm like, oh shit, we in the same damn boat. But I feel great though. We only did it twice.
We did it twice. And I actually, before I even ever did it, got it like months ago, I had a dream where the spirit kept telling me no. And I even had said something about that before, and I still did it because I was trying to get skinny. But anyway,
this is your sign. This is your real sign. Spirit is like, you about to hear the bad shit because you don't really listen to the dream. Here's what can happen to you, girl. Okay. So
before we go, so our honorable mentions were that if we had time, we would get to the banks closed on November 3rd, 2023. A lot of banks, I guess, closed. And then the sexy red, dirty red lip gloss line that is chlamydia and bacteria vaginosis leakage in yellow discharge that I would never ever fucking wear, and whatever person sold this bitch out is ridiculous and stupid. Don't you want to put booty brown on your mouth, Aubrey?
Absolutely.
If y'all keep taking Ozempic, that's what happened to that lady. That's a bad joke, but I just have to say it. She had the booty brown in her mouth. I'm just saying it's a terrible joke, but still a joke nonetheless.
Never would I ever fucking do that. Never. The Jeezy interview with Nia Long, and I did watch it. I had probably like 20 minutes left of it or something. And I thought it was good. And originally I was listening, like cleaning up the kitchen, and I'm like, why the fuck she keep coming? Who is this interview? What kind of, oh, that's Nia Long. Oh, they having a conversation. So it was not like just the interview. They were talking back and forth, and he made her cry. And I said to myself, they're going to be fucking soon. I don't know. It was giving that.
Listen, I'm glad because he got away from the Chinese. He has to move from the China.
It was giving that. He got very personal with himself and the things that he went through from his alcoholism and how his friends traded on him, and he was there. He spent $10 million to bail friends out when he had been bailed out, and he refused to leave jail. So he did 2 weeks with his friends because they were not allowing them to leave. And he spent $10 million to get everyone out of jail. He had given a concert. And we lost somebody. Oh, there they go. He had given a concert, and when he got there, the police were already backstage. He said like tons of police were there waiting to arrest him, and he had not did anything. He said what happened was before he even went to perform, Farrakhan called him and said, Minister Farrakhan called him and said, my brother, that was good. I almost sounded just like him. My brother, the enemy is coming. Your message has changed. The enemy is coming. And he said, I don't know what you're talking about. My enemies are all back in the hood, and I don't fuck with none of them niggas no more. It's basically what he told Farrakhan. And when he got to perform, it was tons of cops waiting to arrest him. And he did 2 weeks in jail simply because he really had changed his message. He was trying to wake up his people, he said. And all of a sudden, him performing blew his vocal cords, and he had to have surgery, so he barely can perform.
So they was doing work on him. Got you.
Silenced the fuck out of him, didn't they?
Hell yeah.
Then sent in the Asian.
Right. Asian persuasion. Wow. That's deep. But yeah, I could see it though. I could see me like, he's vulnerable. I'm gonna give him some.
Yeah, but you know what? It was like two grown people on a date. That's what it gave. Yes. Like two grown people on a date being very vulnerable and very open, and just actually having a conversation that they both felt like Melanite men and women should have. And to be, you know what I'm saying, very open and honest with each other. And she told him how all she used to do was date dope dealers. You know, that's what she used to do. And she talked about her marriage that was ending and her sons and how she'd beat a bitch up if somebody say something to her kids. They got very real.
That's dope, though. You don't hear those kind of conversations.
I didn't
between
finish
celebrities.
it. Like I said, I still had something to go, but I watched a lot of it, and it was very eye-opening. So I would say watch it. See what you think.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know. I didn't get to the part of him talking about Jeannie Mai, but he basically said it hurt to have to walk away from someone that he thought that he loved. Excuse me, especially with the baby, you know what I'm saying? And he said that he had to write his mom a letter apologizing and asking for her apology, although she had already passed away. He wanted her to know that he was apologetic for how he showed up to her in his life and how she showed up to him. He forgave her and wanted her to know how, you know, his children were doing, you know. So it's a beautiful little story. I would say watch it, y'all. Any last words from anybody before we get up out of here, y'all?
Yeah. Go ahead and buy Blissful Soaps. We got a lot of stuff up in there. We got Quatiti's Allure, Adina, and we also got Aubrey motherfucking Marie. We got Nzinga, La Madama is in there now. Go ahead and get you some.
The grandmother one with self.
Grandmother one with
They're
self.
up. Let me show y'all our bottles, but also gratitude, Jose. Our bags came in which when you buy your perfume, this is the bags that they will come in. And so I'm just so excited about it. I was trying to put together a little commercial for it earlier, but let me bring myself big because I want y'all to be able to see it before we get the fuck up out of here.
Look at how pretty they look. I love the bags. They're so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Each bag matches the color of the perfume bottles, you know, because each perfume has its own color. Listen, I did my thing, and then I decided to get the bags that would match the colors of the perfume bottles. And of course, the cologne bottles look different. They look like little tubes, almost kind of like this. But they're spray, and Papa's is black and Yehuda's is blue. So those are coming. Gratitude, Jose. Go ahead, y'all. Last words. Come on. Blissful Soaps, High Council, Generational Beauty.
I just want to say that this was awesome. I love being back on the live with y'all. You know, seeing each other and stuff. So this was fun. I'm excited to come back next week and be on the live. We back.
Everybody
I was just gonna say, hey, y'all, gratitude for tuning in to us. You know, being back with us. We missed y'all, and just gratitude. Love y'all.
I'm gonna be messy as we get up out of here. It's 6 of us, not 7. Let me send a shout out again to Darby. Darby started with me, and I'm hoping that his time is coming to an end where he'll be able to come back in and at least come and do some corresponding work with us. We miss and love Darby, but it is 6 of us now, not 7, and I feel like everybody had vocal and conversation. That's funny. People were able to talk tonight.
Oh, you know what?
Anyway, this was amazing. I show gratitude and love you guys. Chaz, get some rest. You look like you have had it today.
Man, listen. Say,
man, say. Anyway, we love y'all to life. We see you next week. Solitude Day. Why? Go ahead, say that shit, Carbon.
Don't trust no genomes. Don't trust no G nights. Solitude Day, y'all.
Solitude Day. Why? Peace.